MSNBC's hosts and guests have a full-blown meltdown. I mean, constantly about Bernie Sanders. This weekend was crazy.
The happiest person right now, it's about 1:15 Moscow time. This thing is going very well for Vladimir Putin. I promise you. He's probably staying up watching us right now. How you doing, Vlad?
I was reading last night, Brian. I know you're a history guy, too. I'm reading last night about the fall of France in the summer of 1940. And the general, Renault, calls up Churchill and says, it's over.
It's like they gathered up all the flying monkeys on Cablevision, CNN, MSNBC, and just let them go. I look at this, as I'm looking at these stories, I'm thinking about James Carville comes to my mind. Okay, James Carville, understand, is the guy who said Hillary's going to win by a landslide, set it up to the day before the election. He sells himself as having this real contact with what's happening in America. It's a fraud. It's the biggest fraud I've ever seen in my life. He is so disconnected. And then the other wonk is Chris Matthews, who is regarded, this is not my words, these are the words of a couple of sites that have followed his career and just went back and tallied how often is he wrong. He's the wrongest man on cable television. If he says it, you can count that it's not going to work out like Chris Matthews says. What's your take on this story?
I think the pundit class right now is freaking out because this is a continuation of their collective freak out from 2016, when everything they predicted about Hillary Clinton was wrong, everything they predicted about Donald Trump was wrong, and they have consistently gotten it wrong ever since then. And part of the reason that we see that is because people like James Carville, they've actually done stories about how wonderful and opulent this massive mansion is that he owns. He has made millions of dollars convincing people as a political consultant that he knows best. And when you go back and you look at his history, it turns out, well, you're really not as good as it looks on paper, because Bill Clinton, who Carville and Begala ran the campaign, Clinton only won both of his elections because Ross Perot siphoned off enough of the vote from the Republicans to put Bill Clinton in office.
And the numbers are clear on that.
Right.
It's not you talking. The numbers are clear.
Right.
But for Ross Perot, Clinton would not have won. These guys then come out, oh, we're geniuses.
Yes.
We got But, okay, here's the point. The hysteria continues, right? They move from China hysteria. If you're a Democrat, you move from China hysteria, all of our problems, Russia hysteria, Iranian hysteria. And so right now, I'm looking down the quotes about the Russian hysteria. Here's Rahm Emanuel. Putin and Trump are picking their opponent. Why does he say that? Because he knows that after the first crazy talk about Russia, that this is the best talking point they've got. James Carville, right now, right now it's about 1:15 in Moscow. This thing is going very well for Vladimir Putin. They know his followers, his base, which is disappearing, by the way, the Democratic base is disappearing. They will do all they can to make sure Bernie Sanders is not there in the general election. I mean, it's going a little overboard right now, I think, to where even the people that have been watching them, I'm thinking, I don't think so.
Right. They're getting tired of hearing this same old, like, Russia, 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 because to them, it's like the Republicans, and they want to say that George Soros is behind all of the things the Democrats do. Well, now the Democrats said, okay, well, Vladimir Putin's behind all the... You're picking a boogeyman that doesn't quite exist.
Yeah.
You want to blame them for all of the evils that happen in this country or all the bad things that happen to your party, when you refuse to look at yourself and say, you know what, maybe somewhere along the way, me, Chris Matthews, or me, James Carville, maybe I screwed up, maybe I lost touch with the country itself living in my ivory tower, and so, geez, that's why I've been wrong for 8 straight years.
Yeah, I want to
stick
stick with this topic. I don't want to go to the next topic. Let's stick with this topic. Hillary Clinton. Okay, Hillary Clinton in this she looks like a crazy woman. In this desperation, goes on the air. Nobody likes Bernie Sanders. Nobody wants to work with Bernie Sanders. He's accomplished nothing. Would you say that Bernie Sanders has accomplished nothing, or has he created a political revolution in this country?
Oh, he's absolutely created a political revolution in this country. He's 100%, funded by average American citizens, and he's raising more money than everybody else. Bernie Sanders has destroyed all of the norms. And that's another thing that drives him crazy.
Conventional wisdom. Talk about conventional
Right.
wisdom under the cable definition of conventional wisdom. What is it?
Well, the conventional wisdom of today really needs to be that there is no more conventional wisdom.
Right.
Because what we've seen, everything they predicted about Bernie Sanders, well, he's not going to raise money if he can't have it from corporations. False. Oh, well, he's going to absolutely get destroyed by Trump. He's beating him in every poll. Oh, he's not going to make it past Iowa. He's won the popular vote in every state so far and is poised to take California and Texas and more on Super Tuesday and get this thing in the bag in just a week and a half.
Let me move to another topic on this topic. Chris Matthews. If I have to hear an MSNBC or CNN talking idiot use the Nazi Germany kind of equivalent again, I think, what it is, they take these retread, recycle, almost naive talking points that are always wrong, and now we're seeing them time after time. They're all on the same sheet of music. It's almost like they get the morning memo. Talk about Russia in Bernie. Talk about the Nazi Germany in Bernie. It's almost like this sophomoric, it's sophomoric. It's naive, and the truth of the matter is they can't really attack him any way else, can they?
No, they can't attack him on substance. His policies are hugely popular, including among Republicans and certainly among moderates. So they make things up. They're making up this, Russia's behind his surge here.
Or Nazi Germany invasion of France. What? Chris Matthews has lost it. He has totally lost it.
Well, and
they know he has, but they keep him on the air anyway.
Well, that's right. I mean, this comment alone, if a Fox News pundit had done this, every single person on the left would immediately be calling for their firing. There would be advertiser boycotts. Advertisers would pull out. Here we are, MSNBC deathly silent about Chris Matthews, who clearly should be fired because, sadly, this isn't the first time he's compared him to Nazis.
He shouldn't be fired over this statement. The guy he's yesterday's news.
Yeah.
The guy's, what they call him, Tweety Bird now? Tweety Bird that's his new moniker. So Tweety Bird has been at this for so long, he's sucked into the old ways of thinking. As you point out, he is thinking there's still a conventional wisdom. There is no conventional wisdom. Obama proved that. When Obama ran, the conventional wisdom, oh man, a black man can never win. African American can never win. Conventional wisdom was impossible. And now we're hearing these same idiots say the same thing about Bernie Sanders because he really is, in effect, creating somewhat of a new political revolution.
He has. And they've lived in the bubble for so long, though, that they have lost touch. They don't see what's actually happening in this country. The UN put out a phenomenal report about a week ago talking about how inequality in any society has the potential to destabilize that democracy. Well, that's what's been happening out here. That's why the conventional wisdom doesn't work anymore, because people, the average working citizens, are tired of it. Yeah. They want something different, and they've thrown people like Carville out on their head.
So, the Democrat, Wall Street Democrats tomorrow, we're Bernie bros, right, because we're trying to talk intelligently about the candidates. Thank you for joining me, okay?
Thank you.